Good morning. Happy New Year. It's cold in the house, which is why I'm wearing my cozy robe. I'm an elementary school teacher and I'm on winter break right now for a few more days. So this is like my winter break uniform. I wear this all day, every day if I'm in the house. Anyway, so today we're gonna start the first vlog and see how many books it will take to get to my first 5-star read of the year. This could take a while. I read about 44 books last year in 2025, and out of those 44, I only rated 4 of them 5 stars. But I don't think I'm that picky of reader. I think I just really don't know what style of book I want to read. I see a book, I like it, I want to read it, and then I realize, okay, that actually wasn't the book for me. So I'm gonna try to really hone in on that this whole year. I want to start reading books where like I really enjoy it. I'm not just reading it because I'm like, yeah, I'll try it, and then end up not liking it. So I've already started 2 new books. One is a physical read and one is an audiobook. When I do read 2 books at a time, I try to make sure they're very different from one another. So over here. I've already started The Rabbit Hutch by Tess Gunty. I'm about 100 pages in. I can tell you right now, this is not gonna be a 5-star, but it's entertaining. I don't know. I don't really have any opinion on this yet. It's just here. Read this. It probably won't be a 5-star, but that's okay. First book of the year. I'm fine with that. Anyway, the other book that I'm listening to became available through my library. It's called The Secret Book of Flora Leah, and it's written by Patty Callahan Henry. I don't know if you can see that. I didn't realize that Cynthia Erivo is the voice, the narrator. So even if this isn't a 5-star read, I am just like, her voice is just like honey, and it is so calming and relaxing to listen to. That really got me going when I first started. I'm only 4% in. It's gonna take me a little while. Let's see what my first 5 read will be of the year. All right, so I read for maybe like 30-ish minutes. I had some lunch and kept on reading Rabbit Hutch. I'm now at about 140. So I've really only read about 40-ish pages since I last checked in. And this chapter that I'm currently on is really, really long. So far the chapters have only been like 5 pages at most, and they follow a lot of different characters. And there's one character who's part of the foster care system, and this chapter is kind of all about her and an inappropriate affair. It's really uncomfortable to read, which is the point, but it's the first time that I've in this book so far where I'm following a full-on story. Whereas the other chapters before this have just been tiny little snippets of random people's lives, which I'm sure will come together later. But yeah, this is the first time I've actually been like able to start something and track what's happening. And it was interesting, and I actually enjoy how it's written. I think it was really, really interesting for that. And the other chapters, the writing style felt really like clunky, but I think now that I'm kind of getting more to the middle of the book, I think that was the purpose for the beginning, was to kind of throw you off and be like, so many things are happening, here's what's going on right now. And now I think the author is going to slow down a little bit and take time to explain what's happening for it all. My sister and her husband are hosting like a big poker night tonight. So I do have a lot of things I need to get done before then. I wanted to make dinner and have an early dinner. I'm gonna switch gears a little bit and now listen to The Secret Book of Flora Leah, while I kind of get some things done. So yeah.
Dozed in her lap. The memory of the day Papa left intruded like an unwelcome visitor, which it often did when she was quiet.
Okay, good morning. Hey, Benny. Hello. It is a couple of days later, and I'm still haven't finished either of the books that I've been starting to read, but I'm about halfway through on both of them actually. So my goal is today to at least finish one of them and give some feedback. I still don't think either of them are gonna be 5 stars, but I am enjoying them more than I did. Oh, we stuck. So I am gonna finish at least one of them today and get some more feedback on that. I don't feel like either of them are 5 stars, but I am enjoying them more than where I was at the beginning. Like, I'm not as confused anymore. I wanna go to a coffee shop and I'll read The Rabbit Hutch. And then after that, I have a lot of things I need to get done and prepped in the classroom. So I'm gonna go to my school and prep in there for a few hours. And while I do that, I'll probably listen to the audiobook to The Secret Book of Flora Lee. And we'll see where we end up on those today. Yeah, we'll just see where this day takes us. I finally finished The Rabbit Hutch. Oh, it was not a 5 star. Not even close. Maybe like a 2.5. I don't know. The characters, all of the characters, were very unlikable. And you know, I think that was the point. There was one character that like I did like she was a likable, understandable kind of character. But her parts were so few and far between that I didn't really get enough of her to like make up for the rest of the story or make it cohesive with the rest of the story to like give hope. I don't know. And then the other character, the character that this like it really is all about. There's a lot of different characters, but all of them are kind of intertwined with this one main storyline. And she had a lot of like political talk with it. And she was just a girl who was angry at the world. And she had every right to be angry at the world considering all the things that she had gone through and continues to go through in the story. There's the cat. Yep. But she's a teenager, and the way she spoke about politics and society and life, her vernacular was just like off the charts. Like I'm too dumb for this. So it was just kind of hard to follow along with that, but I understood the anger behind it. And then by the time the big climax happens, there are so many like weird skewy things that when they came together, it just like felt odd. It was just odd. With that, I am at the halfway point of The Secret Book of Flora Lee, the audiobook. It's not a 5-star either. Like I can already tell. I'm really struggling with it because I kind of want to DNF it, but I'm 50% of the way through. I feel like if you're that far along, you're committed. I feel like I don't want to DNF a book that I'm 50% of the way through, because then that feels like I wasted a lot of time. So now I feel like I need to see it through and see if my mind changes or if I just will continue to waste time on a book that I don't like. I don't know. So that's where I'm at. I do need to pick out a new book. This is my unread shelf. I've actually read this. It's just been years, and a friend gave it to me, so I might reread it again. I also got a notification from the library that a book that I have on hold is available. So I wonder if I could bring you guys to that. Maybe I will. This does kind of pique my interest. Oh, and it looks so easy to read, you guys. It's so short. Is that really what's gonna do it for me, that it's short? I think it is. I'm gonna read this next. I started Another Brooklyn. So I did purposely pick this book up because I was like, I just need a short read right now. Hopefully it was 5 stars, you know. I'm not done. I'm like a third of the way there. I started it yesterday. I haven't read a whole lot. I am really liking it though. It is every time. It is written so beautifully in a sad, melancholy way. And I think there's a lot more that's going to happen that will probably crush me. But you know, I like that in a book, so we'll see. Right now, I don't think it's 5 stars. Again, I'm only about a third of the way in. And I can see this being like a potential 4 star. I don't know about 5 star, but we'll see. I'm excited about this. I'm really excited about this. I'm probably gonna dig into it tonight and maybe try to finish it in the morning. It's like 9 o'clock right now and I am a grandma. I go to bed at 8:30, so I'm already past my bedtime. But I do really like this and I haven't read yet today. So I'm gonna jump into this and hopefully I can give you a quick review tomorrow, assuming that I finish it. Okay, I finished Another Brooklyn by Jacqueline Woodson. I really liked it. I really liked it, you guys. It was not a 5 star. Simply because, and I know I picked it because it was short. I was like, I picked it because I needed something short to read after reading Rabbit Hutch. Rabbit Hutch just felt like it took forever. So I picked this up and I loved it. I thought it was so good. The reason it's not 5 stars is because I actually wanted it to be longer. I wanted more in-depth, I guess, emotions and feelings of our characters. But like, it is a phenomenal story. And I was trying to, when I finished it, I kind of like sat with it for a second and I was ready to grab the camera to tell you how I feel about it, but then there is a note, like an acknowledgement note basically at the end. And there was one quote that she said that like described it so perfectly, and I wanted to read it to you guys. It says, I wrote toward the questions I had as though I could plow through them with my own words and emerge more conscious and clear-headed. Do I know more now about girlhood, about what it means to be a woman of color, vibrant and visible and adored, about what it means to hold on to that love and then just as quickly let it go? And that's exactly what this book was. I thought it was incredible. I 4 stars, hands down. I wish there was more. The writing style was very simple yet poetic. Like, it's kind of written almost in like paragraphs at a time, stanzas at a time, which was interesting. Highly recommend. 4 stars, still not a 5 star, so I'm gonna keep on going. Today's a beautiful day. I might pick up a book. We'll see what I grab, but go read outside for a little bit. I'm not sure how much reading I'll get done, but hopefully I find the time to go sit outside and read because it's like really sunny but not hot, and it's very windy, which we don't get wind hardly ever, so it's kind of nice. Yeah. All right, well, off to the next one. This was wonderful. I'm so happy I read it. Okay, it's a little bit later. I went to my library yesterday. I have a really cute express library. It's literally maybe the size of my bedroom. It's tiny. And it's like obviously a lot less options for books, but it's really nice that it's right there, and I can put into my library app like that whatever holds that I might have, I want to pick it up at the express library instead of the big library. I am not a fantasy girly. I don't typically like it. I read Powerless last year and shockingly loved it. But I read Fourth Wing and the second one and I hated both. I quit the series because I was like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah, I hate it so much. Anyway, so yeah, I did put Throne of Glass on my holds for the library, and it finally became available. I went to go pick it up yesterday, and while I was at the Tiny Express library, I also found ACOTAR. I know I'm years behind on this, and I know everyone loves this book. Everyone and their mother like talks nonstop about this book. So like, I feel like I'm missing out on a cultural phenomenon because of it. So like, I do have a desire to read it. I'm just nervous because I don't like fantasy. Same thing with Throne of Glass. I don't really know much about any of these, to be honest. I know this is a fantasy retelling of Beauty and the Beast. I know that much. That's the extent of it. And I know there's like other wars and things like that. I don't know. Anyway, so I do have these 2 books. I don't know if they're gonna be 5 reads, a 5-star read, which is why I like don't really want to read it for this video. But at the same time, they're library holds. I only have so much time with them. If I get to 100 pages and I truly disdain them, I'll stop. You know? I feel like that's a good solution. So I might give it a try. And if it's as good as everyone says it is, then maybe it will be a 5-star, like a shocking 5-star, you know? Definitely a shock for me. I'm going to look it up on Fable and see which one has the higher rating. Whichever one has the higher rating, I'll go for that one. A Court of Thorn and Roses. Okay. Court of Thorn and Roses has a 4.15 star rating on Fable. Alrighty, okay, what about Throne of Glass? Throne of Glass, 4.15. They're literally the same rating, so that doesn't help. I think I'm going to give ACOTAR a go. The only reason I'm picking this one is because I've known about this one longer. Again, if I don't like it after 100 pages, then I'm just calling it quits and I'm DNFing it, and now I know. But maybe it'll surprise me. We'll see. Here we go. Good morning. The camera's lower, so it's kind of weird. I'm getting ready for school right now, which is why I look like this. It's 5:30 in the morning. I wanted to update you. The audiobook that I started this video with, I'm DNFing it. I just can't. Like, it's not holding my attention. I simply do not care about it. Cynthia Erivo's voice is beautiful, as always. But that's like maybe the only thing it's got going for me. There are parts that were interesting, but I couldn't hang on to it. So anyway, I did start ACOTAR. I'm about 45 pages in right now. And I really like it. I never thought I'd see the day. Yeah, so have barely touched the surface of the story. Feyre just got taken by the monster, the High Fae. I'm still figuring out all of the fantasy terms. But I am really, really liking it. It was not what I was expecting. I like the writing style a lot. I really like Sarah J. Maas's like writing style. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on this. I will be shocked if this ends up being my 5-star. I don't want to get my hopes up because that sucks if it's not. But I do really like it, so I'm gonna keep on. Anyway, have a good day. I'm loving this. I am loving it so much. I'm about halfway through. I'm on chapter 20, page 183. There's a little over 400 pages. So I'm not quite halfway through. I'm very, very close. I'm really enjoying it. I really didn't think I was going to. Again,
I don't know. I had like some expectations because so many people love this book. Like, I knew it was gonna be good in that sense, but I wasn't sure. But again, I just really don't like fantasy. So I thought like, okay, if other people really, really love it, that means like I might like it. I'm really liking it, you guys. I had such low expectations, so I also feel like that is helping me enjoy it more because my expectations weren't high to begin with. Today is Martin Luther King Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I don't have school. I'm not working at the golf course today. So I have like the whole day to just kind of be, which is nice. So I am gonna stay home and pretty much read all day. I have like one errand that I wanna get done later today with my mom. So I'm kind of waiting around for her whenever she's ready. But I'm gonna try to get, I don't know. I feel like finishing it might be a large feat, but I do think I could get at least like 3/4 of the way. So yeah, so I'm gonna maybe go out and get some coffee and then I'm just gonna read at home all day, which is so nice. I don't know the last time I did that. Or like the last time I wanted to do it, you know, and right now all I wanna do is read this book. I did listen on audio for a little bit, which helped when I first started the book because I know it's not a retelling, but kind of based off of Beauty and the Beast. All I could picture was Belle. And I don't know, like I can't see Belle killing an animal. And it really threw me off for a little bit. So it took a while to kind of like set my expectations as far as like the connections between Beauty and the Beast and this, you know, like it's different. It is not the same. People made it sound like it's a retelling. I'm like, no, it's not. But I do see the similarities, but it's not a retelling. And I had to kind of readjust like what I was expecting out of it. And ever since then, I've gotten into it a lot more. I'm so excited. Okay. Yeah, let's see how this goes.
And didn't so much as blink as Rhysand, with horrific gentleness, pried the knife from my hands and sent it scattering across the room. That won't do you any good anyway, Rhysand said to me.
I did it. I finished A Court of Thorn and Roses. And it was a 5-star. It was a 5-star. I really didn't think it was going to be. But I'm really, really happy I read it. I like feel like a new person. Not in the sense of like this book changed me, but in the sense of, I don't know, fantasy. I don't like fantasy. I enjoy fantasy movies like Magic, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, like things like that. I do enjoy those style of movies, but the books, like I just am not entertained by it. I don't understand it. I don't have the creative brain for it. And I think because of that, whenever other people would say that like fantasy is their favorite or like that's all that they read, I kind of would judge them. And which is so wrong of me, but I just kind of was like, that seems so juvenile. Everyone has their own reading taste. Like I shouldn't be placing that judgment on people. But now that I've read a fantasy that I do really like I get it. I get the appeal. I understand it. I just didn't read the type of fantasy that was for me, I guess, in the past. Regardless of how much I like tried. This was fantastic. I loved it so much. I was highly entertained. I never wanted to put it down. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick right now. But I loved it. I loved it. It was so good. I loved it so much that I don't have the physical copy with me because I already returned it at the library and picked up the next book. I'm already 5 chapters in. So maybe I'll read a whole series. I have not read a series, like finished a series, I think since Twilight. Yeah. So that's crazy. But yeah, it's so good. I loved it. I got my first 5-star of the year. I'm so excited. I hope there will be plenty more to come. But yeah, all right. Well, thanks you guys for watching this video and sticking it out with me. I appreciate you. Comment what your favorite 5 stars are, or if you've read anything this year that is incredible so far in the beginning of this year. And let me know any other fantasy style books that maybe aren't ACOTAR, but similar-esque that maybe I could dabble in down the line. But yeah, all right, have a good one, you guys. Bye.